Do you find yourself constantly stressing about money, unable to crack the code on why so many others around you seem to have it all figured out? What if I told you that the key to breaking the poverty cycle and taking your first few steps towards a millionaire status is just 5 simple habits? In this video, I'll share some life-changing habits from the best-selling book, The Millionaire Next Door, and explain the exact habits that I use myself to break my own poverty cycle. The first thing I want you to do is just shut your eyes and imagine the millionaire lifestyle. And let me know what comes to mind. Is it fast cars, beach mansions, Nobu every day mixed with a bit of social media fame? Well, what if I told you you're wrong? Your average millionaire looks nothing like this, nothing like you've just imagined. The average millionaire is actually someone you would see mowing their front lawn, in line at the supermarket, or even commuting to their 9 to 5. They earn reachable incomes, live in modest houses, and drive average cars. That is the true reality. So what is it that separates these people from yourself? Why does it seem on the outside both of you are on the same path, but yet only one of you feels financially secure? Well, it's not inheritance, because believe it or not, 80% of millionaires are actually self-made. What separates yourself from the millionaires is habits, and in this video we're going to reveal the top 5 habits which will change your life. Lesson 1: income does not equal wealth. We define income as the amount you make in a certain period, such as your salary, whereas we define wealth as your assets, so your house, your savings, your stocks, and so on. As a result, we tend to assume a direct correlation between income and wealth. So the higher your income, the higher your wealth. That's what we've been taught, right? Oh yes, higher income households do tend to have higher wealth than medium and low income households. But in reality, salary only accounts for 30% of the difference between the two different households. What really matters is the investment levels, in which millions invest at least 20% of their income. Now, what is the correct amount of wealth? Well, this figure varies depending on your age, location, and occupation. But as a rule of thumb, what you should do is take your age, multiply it by your pre-tax annual income, and divide it by 10. That is how much wealth you should have to your name. Now, the accuracy of this figure improves as you age. So for example, if you're 21 years old, you've just entered the workforce, and you're earning $20,000 a year, it'd be unrealistic to assume that your wealth should be $42,000 on day one. But when you take the same formula and apply it to someone that's 27, 30, 35, 40, and so on, what we find is this formula tends to smooth out, and you should see that at least 20% of your income should have been invested into your wealth over your lifetime. As a result, this is a formula you could use to set your initial wealth target, and the accuracy of this formula will just continue to improve as you develop through your career. This is something millionaires track consistently to ensure their small habits are building up over the long term. They will track this over days, weeks, months, and even years to ensure consistent growth. Lesson 2: understanding the money trail. In today's modern society, the word budgeting has such a bad rep because we associate budgeting with just being cheap. But in reality, 2/3 of millionaires can answer the question, do you know how much you spend every month on food, clothing, and shelter? And let me ask you a question. If you don't understand your current situation, you don't understand your current financial inflows and outflows, how can you truly build your steps towards financial freedom, building wealth, and millionaire status? And the bigger issue at hand is we associate budgeting with boring Excel sheets and penny counting. And this is due to social media these days. If you just type in how to budget, you find tons of videos of all these spreadsheets. Buy my spreadsheet, download my free spreadsheet, track the spreadsheet every day. And the truth is, that spreadsheet era of social media, it doesn't work. It does not lead to long-term consistency. And that's what we're going for, long-term consistency. But I'm going to teach you a far better tactic which will set you up for long-term success. We're going to introduce a concept known as artificial economic environment of scarcity, also known as paying yourself. And there are 3 simple steps to this concept. Step 1, as a one-off exercise, I want you to go through every single one of your monthly direct debits. I'm talking mortgage/rent payments, all the way down just to your Netflix subscription. Write it all out, go through every single item and understand how much are you paying every month, Is it a necessity or can it be cancelled? Step 2, I then want you to note down your monthly spend when it comes to food shopping and transportation costs. Step 3, you then want to set a savings target. Now, I never recommend a set figure when it comes to savings. You should always set your savings target as a percentage of your salary. So set a target. Do you want it to be 10%, 15%? You can go as high as you want. But this target should be tailored to your own personal circumstances and your future goals. Now let's assume, based on these steps I've said, every month you pay $1,500 in direct debits, you pay $700 on food and transport, you have a $4,000 salary and a 20% saving rate. Now if we work out the maths, as soon as you get paid, I want you to transfer $3,000 out of your bank account. Take it out straight away. This money needs to be out of sight and out of mind. By doing this, you've already saved your portion for direct debits, food, transport, and saving. That then leaves you with $1,000 spare. This $1,000, you can do whatever you want. Spend it on clothes, go out to bars, go out to clubs, treat your other half to a restaurant, do what you want. That $1,000, up to you. Now, by organizing your finances this way, what you find is you've actually paid yourself first. You're forced to budget on day one of receiving your salary. These simple steps, you've covered all your bills and your saving, and then you've got your pot of money left for enjoying yourself. It allows you to budget without actually having to count every single penny. It's what I like to call high-level budgeting. Don't count the pennies, just have a rough idea overall where your money is going, because that is what leads to long-term consistency. Lesson 3, financial planning. Real millionaires dedicate their time, money, and energy towards developing wealth efficiently. This means setting clear financial goals and a reasonable plan to get them towards these goals. Many people tend to associate financial planning with those on 7-figure salaries and mystery corporations in the Caymans, and that could not be further from the truth, because the real truth is financial planning has a direct correlation towards building wealth, and this is something anyone can do no matter how low your salary is. So what exactly does financial planning involve? So we'll break this down into 5 simple steps. Step 1, determine your financial goals. This could be saving for retirement, saving for a new house, even saving for a vacation. That is just step 1. Just plan out your financial goals. Step 2, create a budget to track your income and expenditure to get you towards these goals, and we've just talked about this in the last habit. Step 3, if you have any high interest debts such as credit cards, you need to pay that off first ASAP. It's literally just money being chucked into the fire. Step 4, commit to paying yourself first and consistently over a long period. Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither will your finances. Step 5, keep reviewing your financial plan that you've put in place, and don't be afraid to tailor it. It's okay if you've set your expectations this high and you need to reduce it, and vice versa. If you've set it too low, don't be afraid to increase it. These plans are designed to be tailored. They're not rigid, because the truth is day-to-day life changes. Sometimes good things happen, sometimes bad things happen. So just adjust your plan accordingly. There's no race, there's no rush. It's all about long-term consistency. Lesson 4, status trap. The most common obstacle towards building your wealth is trying to live a high-status lifestyle. And this could not be more true in today's modern media, social media generation. Can you guess the most popular car among millionaires? I'm going to give you 2 seconds, have a think. It is a Toyota. The fact is, if someone has extravagant consumption, this is actually a sign of a lack of wealth. Because the truth is, if someone's income is going towards Porsches and Rolexes, guess where it's not going? It's not going towards stocks, bonds, and investments. And the truth is, that is what will build long-term wealth. Unfortunately, this actually affects low and middle income households the hardest, because they feel a society pressure to try keep up a certain image. And often we see this through designer clothes and luxury cars. But I'm going to give you another fact. Did you know 86% of luxury cars are actually purchased by non-millionaires? And in fact, if we take it one step further, 90% of millionaires live in a home below the value of $1 million. And the truth is, this habit is the hardest one to overcome out of all of them. It's something that even affects me. I'll be honest with you, there's a car that I've always wanted, which is a Nissan 370Z. And every day I'm trying to stop myself from buying one, because the truth is, I don't need it. It's just an extra $500 a month. Lesson 5, marriage. The majority of wealthy people are married and stay married to the same person. Now, of course, marriage shouldn't just be about wealth, but the studies have shown that those who are married accumulate more wealth than those who are single. As a result, it's important to marry someone with the right financial habit. A couple cannot build wealth if one person is a hyper consumer and the other is frugal. Often discussing financials and your financial goals with your partner is considered a bit of a taboo, especially if you're male. It's considered weak to discuss your finances with your other half. But the truth is, talking about your finances, your current situation, and your future goals is the biggest conversation you can ever have, which will directly affect your future. By implementing these 5 habits, you'll notice a significant improvement in your financial confidence and your financial literacy. Your mentality will be transformed into a mindset that openly encourages challenge over your financial inflows and outflows, in which the truth is, my own money management used to be very poor. Despite having a well-paid job at the largest professional services firm in the world, my wealth is non-existent. Bars, clubbing, and clothes destroyed my wealth and set me back years. I remember at the age of 21, as soon as I got my job, the first thing I did was purchased a brand new Audi, which was one of the worst decisions I ever made. But since COVID-19, my mentality shifted and I've been applying these principles that we've just talked about. Since then, I've noticed such a significant change in my spending habits and wealth growth. In fact, applying these principles has actually grown my wealth well beyond 6 figures at the age of 27. And the best part was realizing that this change wasn't anything special I did. It's not unique to me. It's simple habits that anyone could apply to change their situation. By sharing this story, I hope to inspire you to take a hold of your own financial journey and start to build a path towards financial freedom.